Welcome back to Studio 4, everybody. I've got my friend Skylar Gallup in. That means we've got a new episode of Hey Amarillo hitting your phones as we speak. Let's talk a little bit about Kinsey Crabtree, a local musician.
Yeah, this guest is a really fun one. She is lovely. She's an artist, musician, singer-songwriter, so kind of has that vibe to her, which I enjoy. But one of the things that I reached out to her about is I've learned that she's developed this kind of venue, for lack of a better word. She hosts these concerts in her backyard. They're called Backyard Again, for other local musicians, singers, songwriters. And the vibes are really great. She's hosted like 10 or 12 over the last 2 years.
Okay.
So she's really kind of like got this thing going. And so what we talk about really is like tapping into the community of songwriters.
Backyard Again.
Yes.
I love it. How did she get started in music?
She grew up playing music in the church.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went to school. She was a music teacher for a little while in her church. She still gives lessons some in songwriting and drums, which is very fun.
Nice.
And I think one of the cool things, the reason that she kind of like saw an opportunity for these songwriter sessions was that Amarillo has, as we know, a very vibrant music scene, but it's like country. And if you play in the venues and the bars in town, it's wonderful, and we love our country musicians.
Yeah.
But if you're not necessarily a country artist, that might mean that there's not like a huge space for you, which is fine. You know, nobody in Amarillo is going to knock the country music scene here. But she saw kind of a space that she could make for non-country artists, and she did. You know, she did the whole playing in Golden Light and playing all the brunch stuff for a while, and then wanted to make space for her own songs.
That's great. And not only just making a space for her songs, but not only do we have an incredible music community, they're very tight-knit. And they take care of it. And sometimes you'll see a bass player in this band playing with this band. Next weekend, they're playing at church on Sunday. So they're very close-knit. So that she could create a space for all of them is wonderful.
Yeah, it is really neat and always fun, I think, for me to learn about another subset of our community that's just beautiful and full of artistry, which we know is really alive and well here in Amarillo. So this is a lovely one. I love talking to artists. Their creation just pours out of them. Yeah. It's like they could never not. And Kinsey is certainly a great example of that.
Great. Okay, where can we find the podcast?
Anywhere you listen to them. Certainly on Facebook, but we're on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher. It's very easy. If you follow the show, we'll just populate there in your feed on Monday mornings with every new guest.
Okay, I have a quick story before we go.
Please.
So yours automatically pipes into my playlist.
Thank you.
And sometimes when I can't sleep, I'll put a podcast in and I'll go to sleep listening to that podcast. Your last interview was part of a dream that I had about fashion. And I'm just going to leave it there. But yeah, it's that's how I download my podcast.
It's so compelling. It goes into your brain.
It goes in, no doubt. All right, we've got more Studio 4 coming up after this.